pop, Shazam, AFTERBUZZ family. It's time for the season finale of Uncle Buck, starting right now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Let me see your chest. Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble.
Get it.
Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble.
Get it.
Wobble, baby, wobble, baby,
Get it,
wobble,
Jimmy.
baby, wobble.
Switch it.
Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble.
What they say?
Yeah, yeah.
One more time.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Get it.
I'm about to back it up. Back it up.
Watch me work. Hey, watch me. Hey.
We get too excited. What's going on, AFTERBUZZ family? You knocked and we're buzzing you in. Welcome to the after show for Uncle Buck, the season finale.
This is it.
This is it. Just like Michael Jackson, this is it. I'm your host, McCall Hall. You can find me on social media when sports and pop culture collide at McCall Hall. And my man to the left,
I'm your host, Jimmy V. You can find me on social media at Be Your Own Dad, where motivation and entertainment collide.
absolutely, motivation and entertainment. And this is AFTERBUZZ TV. Make sure to engage with us on social media at AFTERBUZZ TV across the board. Subscribe to the YouTube. Subscribe
Please,
to the podcast.
yes.
Give us 5 stars. You know, leave a comment or two. We read them.
We do, yeah.
When I'm taking my morning, you know what? Always read those comments. So again, this is the finale of Uncle Buck. It's been a beautiful season. I feel like we just started yesterday.
It's because we were just talking about this on our after show not too long ago. The fact that there's 2 episodes every hour, we just sped through the season.
I wonder why they did that.
Exact. Great question. I think it was one of those trial type things, you know, like I said, if the first 2 episodes do good and they get ratings, we may see a season 2, but I don't know as far as how they've done, just because the show's been on for a month.
Like, I feel like this season is shorter than a WNBA season. You know,
Which is short.
which
That's
is
right.
short. So
Right.
I'm just like, what in the world? But anywho, it's been fantastic. Uncle Buck's episode 7 and 8, the interrogation and the block party. Once again, Pop's Shazam. So as we've been doing, we're going to do the oh hell no Buck. Okay, we're going to be doing that during this episode. We have a couple of scenes we really thought were good. But let's get into it. So episode 7, the interrogation. Who the hell broke the window?
Who did it?
Who did it?
One thing I did liked about this was we got to see each character's different view of what actually went down, which is very creative.
I love that. I love the fact that we got to see each character's view of themselves and everybody else. Because you always think you're smarter than everybody else.
Of course, yeah.
Right? So, you know, Will and Alexis come home to a house that is just a catastrophe. You got a broken window. You've got patio furniture that's on fire. You've got the gardener looking like he doesn't know what's going on. And all they want to know is what happened. And they couldn't find out. Now, here's the funny part. The show starts off with the kids covering for one another and covering for Uncle Buck. The first episode, that would have never happened.
Right, that's right. As we've seen as the season went along, the kids obviously are a huge fan of Uncle Buck, and we start to learn Uncle Buck is just always on a path of doing no good. And it's like, all right, he's done so much. Let's cover up for him now.
Right, because the first episode, they were so ready to get rid of Uncle Buck.
They were like, we don't want him here. No.
Yeah. So Will and Alexis basically, you know, have a little powwow together, and they have to figure out how are we going to pull the information out of these kids. It's funny because, again, the first episode, Will and Alexis just knew how to get information. It wasn't hard. Now they have to kind of like collaborate together to figure this out. So they identified the kids and Uncle Buck as the snitch. Yeah. So Tia is the snitch. Uncle Buck is the sitter.
Yep.
The repeat offender, which is Miles. And I don't remember, what do they call the baby? What do they call Maisie?
I can't tell you.
I can't remember what they called Maisie, but she was high.
Yeah. Yes, she was.
The baby was high. So
I want that blue stuff.
So let's go through the scenarios and the different. Basically, I looked at it as a filter, right? Like each person had a chance to kind of tell their side of the story.
That's right.
It was like a filter, right?
Which one was your favorite story? We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll
get
there. We'll get there. Let's
Okay.
break down the 4 scenarios. So they bring in Tia, the snitch, and they basically sit her down and said, "We're bringing you in here because you're the favorite."
Of course.
Right.
They know they can get the information out of her instead of going through everybody else.
Did you grow up with siblings?
I did. I've got 2 older brothers. I'm actually the youngest, so I
you're
was the
automatically the
go-to.
favorite.
I was not the favorite, not that I thought, but when it came down to when things go wrong, it's like, Jimmy, let me talk to you first. Expected me to snitch.
Right. Right.
Of course, I held it down. Brothers for life, of course, you know.
Jimmy's brothers. Write in the comment, and I want to hear a story about how Jimmy really snitched on y'all. I didn't really have that problem because my brothers and sisters were like 18 years older than me, so I grew up in the house by myself. So if something was broke, it was me.
Right.
It was me. So Tia basically breaks it down and gives this filter in this lens, this rose-colored lens, as Tia being this super smart girl and
Mrs. Responsible,
Mrs.
right?
Responsible and so cultured,
Right,
so
right.
avant-garde, right? And she makes Uncle Buck sound like a black exploitation movie. He comes down looking like what's his name? Rerun. Remember that cat named Rerun?
Doing all the dances and stuff.
Yeah,
Right?
he came out looking like Rerun and just talking all jibber jabber, and he kept saying pop pop Shazam.
Yeah, exactly.
Pop pop Shazam. So Tia's basically saying that Uncle Buck tried to make them lunch, and it was just a catastrophe that ended with Maisie having this syrup sandwich. Now, I ain't never had no syrup sandwich. I've heard of them, but I ain't never had one.
I don't. Nope.
And
I
her,
can't say I did.
yeah, I haven't had one. And her story ends with syrup sandwich ends up on the dog.
Yes.
So Pepper gets the syrup sandwich. Then they bring in the sitter, which is Uncle Buck. Now, Alexis kind of went hard on him at first.
I mean, keep in mind he is the adult, so he was the one in charge. So if I was in Alexis's position, I'd go hard too.
Yeah, like she really rolled up on him. So Uncle Buck basically made himself look like an angel. He used proper English.
Yeah, all right. Switched up quick, right?
There was no slang.
Nope.
No references to crack. No references to the hustle. You know what I mean?
right.
Like everything was just so, he was like describing, making the kids healthy snacks, giving them their favorite treats and things like that.
Everything that he would never do.
Everything that he would never do. So I thought that was pretty funny. One quote that I just cracked up. He said, "Call me Wolfgang Buck."
Yeah. If you guys don't know that, Wolfgang Buck, boop, boop, boop. Shh, engineer, help me out, please. God damn. Hey, okay then.
We get a little help here and there. So let's see. What else happened with Buck's story? So Buck's story ends with Hector and this wood chipper and Maisie's sticky hands.
That's
so
right.
This is basically what ends up happening. Every time somebody tells a story, this sandwich, this syrup sandwich, begins to get stickier and stickier, and it, leads down to Maisie. So, Buck basically says he didn't do anything wrong. They went outside because they wanted to make, a snow cone. And they were just trying to put ice into the wood chipper. That's all he remembers.
That's all they expected.
Yeah. So the next scene, they bring in the repeat offender, which is Miles. Now, this is where I cracked up.
Which was cool because we saw a special guest cameo because Miles thinks he's Big Sean, of course.
Miles really broke this scene down as if he was Big Sean.
Yeah, so that was cool, shout out to Big Sean, of course. So
Did you ever imagine yourself as being someone else when you were a kid?
Oh,
because you're from
Will Smith.
Boston, so
All the time. I am Will Smith in my head. I am, hey, what's up, baby? Yeah, that's me. I ain't even gonna lie, so that's me if I were to tell a story. So once again, shout out to Big Sean,
Yeah,
What about you?
I think when I was a kid, I always wanted to be like Brandy.
Brandy?
But I wanted to be like Brandy on Moesha.
Oh, okay. That's
in my head, I was like,
Justice Brandy. I'm doing this for all the black girls out there.
Yeah, I liked Brandy on Moesha. So in my head, I was cool like Brandy.
I'm thinking Lisa Leslie.
And I wanted to be Lisa Leslie too, but
it's like the sports and
Yeah.
the look, and it's just bam.
But I wanted to play basketball like her, but I wanted to have Brandy's personality. She was so cool. Okay, we're off top.
Right.
So
Let's
Big
stick to
Sean. Big Sean. First of all, I like to judge. Mm-hmm. Big Sean's acting. Are we giving him?
What's good? Better. Well, I'll say me personally, better than expected because I've seen these rappers, entertainers come on the screen and they played themselves, and that's them.
Exactly.
But Big Sean, he did show a little bit of it could possibly be Miles in a way, because he said something like, yeah, and now I have to go pee-pee, you know. I thought
that was
pretty,
funny. I gotta go
funny
pee-pee
there,
now.
so yeah.
Big Sean, I'm not sure if you're going to be up for an Emmy. I think you'll get a Grammy before the Emmy.
Right.
But keep on pushing. So Miles' story basically makes him seem like really cool yet responsible at the same time. But Miles' story includes everything about the wood chipper, about the snow cone, about the ice in the wood chipper. But Miles adds this blow dryer because I don't remember the whole reason. Why do you want
It
the
was
blow
a
dryer?
matter of, so it was a wood chipper and they needed to chop down ice. So they put ice into the wood chipper. So now the gears froze up because of the ice. So you got to melt the ice. Let's grab the blow dryer to melt down the ice.
Okay.
Which we've all seen what happened after that.
Yes. So I missed that little part. So Miles' story ends with Big Sean grabbing this blow dryer, and then we go on from there. So after they get done with Miles, they get a random visitor, Hector.
Hector, yeah. Spanish amigo. Did you see the switch up of the hair?
So let's just get into it, you guys. I love a good lace front wig. I really do. I have a couple of my own. But I'm gonna have to order the Hector.
I own 0. Okay, I'm
You
just
would look nice
letting
with
it
lace
know
front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to get the waves popping.
They're coming in. They're
Okay,
definitely
cool.
coming in.
Cool.
So we see Hector pop up to tell his side of the story, and his story turns into basically like a what are they called? Telenovela.
A Telemundo. Telenueva.
You
right?
guys know what we're talking about. The
Yeah.
the Hispanic,
There's a show.
you
we
know,
have
show.
to cover it too here, but yep.
Yeah. Tell whatever. So Hector's story is just hilarious. I don't know if he really said anything. I don't know what he was saying. It was all in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, but shout out to that lace front wig. So finally, they bring in Maisie, and Maisie is so damn high off of sugar.
Yes, and I liked how when they were telling her story, they did Uncle Buck as a unicorn.
Yeah.
And they did that whole creative process of if she was drunk, this is how it would look, because that's what they were trying to portray.
Yeah.
But obviously they can't say that she's drunk or
Right.
high. She's just off this blue stuff.
She was drinking 2-day-old expired snow cone syrup that Buck got from somebody outside of a liquor store. See what I'm talking about?
Typical Uncle Buck.
Typical
That's
Uncle Buck.
typical, yeah.
Typical Uncle Buck. They can't really get a sense of what happens because she's so high, she just looks over and the window breaks. Which I've been that drunk where I'm like, I don't know what happened. I just looked over and I'm just like,
Right.
okay.
I don't know what just happened.
I don't get high, but I do get drunk from
Okay.
time to time. Let's just be clear. So we finally get the actual
Story that actually reeled down, and we came down. It was the dog, right?
that damn Pepper.
It was a dog, right?
It was Pepper. So we don't actually hear the confession from anybody. They just kind of do like a split scene of what actually happens. So
a
Pepper
flashback.
is following the trail of this
the coolant, the
syrup sandwich.
Yep, Maisie's drink stuff.
So the dog loves all the sweet stuff, so it's following the sweet stuff all the way to the lever of the wood chipper, and the like blow dryer is sitting like on top, and the blow dryer falls in, and it shoots out of the wood chipper and breaks the window, and it's Pepper's fault.
So in a perfect world, that story might be true.
Yeah, like I think all of them had an accurate chain of events, just like the tone is all different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just tone is all different. You know what I loved? In every single scene, Tia sounded like super bougie and trying to be super smart. In everybody's scene, she came off being like really stuck up.
Yeah. I think I think her character comes off that way. I think they're trying to establish her as a smart, dominant one,
Yeah.
and then everybody else is like Uncle Buck's minions.
Yeah, exactly. So my oh hell no Buck
Right.
scene is actually at the end when Buck is trying to catch Pepper in the act.
He breaks
And
it.
then looks like a dumbass because he trips over some on the floor, and
Yeah.
then this camcorder flies through the window. Way to go, Buck. You
Right.
did it again.
My oh hell no moment goes back to Maisie on the couch or on the outside patio, and she was drinking the coolant, whatever that was just because it can be portrayed as so many different things, and the fact that she's a little girl, no little girl is supposed to drink whatever out of that large bottle. Yeah,
but the way she cocked it back though,
yeah, they made it look like she was a druggie or something.
Like
so
she watched some footage before she did that scene.
Definitely
like, she probably
did,
Googled like how do drunk people
drink
like a 40 ounce, and probably watched a YouTube on it. And that's how she cocked it back like that.
Right.
What I loved about this episode, we saw Will and Alexis have a little powwow at the end, and they were just baffled. Like, these kids literally do not want to snitch on each other.
Yeah. So it showed unity within the brother and sisterhood.
Yeah.
And like we mentioned when we started, it showed them standing up for Uncle Buck. So they had Uncle Buck's back.
Yeah, we also found out that the kids were covering because they all assumed that it was Buck, right? Because you always assume it's Uncle Buck, but they wanted to protect him.
Yeah.
Now, episode 1, his ass would have been out the door.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know what I mean? But kudos to the episode. I liked it a lot. It was cute. Pepper would be at the pound.
The dog
fooling
gone.
Me.
I stick with cats anyways. 9 lives over here.
9 lives for him. No lives for me. I don't need anything else to feed. So let's move on to episode 8, the block party.
Yes, I was a huge fan of this episode. I'm originally from Boston, but I've got a few friends that are from Chicago. And
Chi-town.
One thing they touched upon this episode was the whole idea of the dangerous over there. It's been in the news all year. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're still leading in deaths, you know, which is sad. But just to bring something positive to a situation that's always talked about negatively is great, which I'll give myself a quick drop. That's what Be Your Own Dad is all about, turning your negatives into positives. But let's keep on going.
Follow on Instagram.
Hey.
Follow on Instagram.
Yeah.
So Tia comes home and she's basically explaining that she's in this photojournalism class and she's got to, demonstrate her ability to shoot and tell a story via the camera. So she wants to do a documentary called Chicago No.
Yes,
Chicago or whatever.
Chicago.
And they watch it together, the kids and Uncle Buck, and it's horrible. It makes Chicago look so bad, which it kind of is. I mean, have you seen Chirac?
Right, but you know, when you're from the outside looking in, based on what Fox News says, CNN, blah, 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 you would legit think it's a war zone down there.
Yeah.
But it's like every place has its bad place. Right now, that is the one that has the spotlight on them, you know?
I'm from Seattle, and I don't think we have. Well, it's kind of violent there. You're from Boston. We're two black people from like the whitest cities ever.
Right, exactly. You know what?
There are no black people in Seattle, and I don't think there are very many black people in Boston.
Not as much white people, though. You know.
Yeah,
but, hey,
that's okay. It's all good. It's all about unity.
We still hold it down.
It's all about unity.
As we see in this Chicago episode here, they go back. They visit the hood, which is
their
what
roots.
They said, yes. And of course, they were having a block party. So we're talking about family barbecue. We're talking about music. We're talking about spades. We're talking about July 4th was yesterday. So shout out to the marketing team. I can understand why you would drop this episode now, you know.
It makes sense.
But it just looked like an overall good time.
Yeah. Shout out to a couple cameos.
Oh, that's right.
Cousin Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show played Cousin Tony. Real creative with the name. So that was really cool. And there was one other person there that I recognized, but I can't think of their name. So the block party, let's just get into it.
Yes.
It made me feel so good because I've been to block parties like that.
Of course. You know what? Living out here in LA, you don't get that feel out here. You know, it's just everybody outside of their house. They're probably 10, 20 feet from their stoop, whatever the case is, and everyone brings something, burgers, potato salad, music, spades. Like I said, it's a collaborative good time that can only be put together through everybody working together.
Absolutely.
Which is what we saw.
Now, we saw Maisie getting down on some potato salad, and she spit it out because Uncle Buck told her, well, Cousin Tony put his foot in it. Now, we all know when you say...
no, we all know.
We know.
I hope you guys know. If not, we're about to put you on game.
So I want to put them on game. Okay, so when somebody says, oh, this is so good, Big Mama put her foot in it, it means it's good. Like it's
bomb.
It's
It's like it's not the actual foot inside there. It means it's so good. That's what they say.
So let's think of some other slang terms to refer to food.
Food? Oh,
It's slamming.
Jinx. Whoa, Jinx. I was just about to say slamming. Damn, okay.
Jamming.
Okay.
Tastes so good, make you want to slap your mama.
Tastes so good, I saved some in my teeth for the ride home.
Oh my God. I haven't heard that one in a while. Let's see.
Tastes so good, I had to save some for later, but that's kind of, common.
I've heard the one where they say it tastes so good you gotta sing when you eat it.
Yo,
You know it'd be real good when you gotta hum with it.
tastes so good, you fall asleep and you wake up and get right back to it. I don't know if you heard it, but I just made it up because that happens every Thanksgiving.
That's an AfterBuzz exclusive. Right
Exclusive over here.
So
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
tastes so good, you fall asleep, and then you wake up to get back to it.
Damn
Okay.
right.
So they keep getting into this block party more and more and more. We see Will meet up with an old antagonist.
Nemesis?
Yeah. What's his name? Popcorn? No.
He was the Joker to his Batman Popcorn. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his friend Popcorn. So, well, actually not his friend. So Popcorn, when Will and Buck were young, Popcorn was like the neighborhood kid that was always getting into mess, and he stole Will's bike. Popcorn, 20, 30, I don't know how many years later it's probably is.
That boy looked 40.
Yeah, they're grown. Is still riding around on this raggedy ass bike
With the tassels.
with the because those are custom.
Because those are custom.
Because those are custom.
Yeah.
So I thought it was funny. And I was hoping that Will would get that bike back, which he eventually did. But it took so long.
It did. And he had his son there too, which at a point, his son started to act like a man more than Will did. Now, I'm not advising any type of violence, whatever the case was. But the son was like, listen, just go up to him and say you want your bike back. But Will was still scared. He's like, no, we gotta finish up the food and clean
that
up.
food ain't going nowhere. Go get your bike back.
Excuses. Yeah, exactly. So
The other funny part for the parents was Alexis and Tasha. So they got a cousin named Tasha who now has her cosmetology license. And she can only wear flats because Alexis broke her ankle 2 or 3 years ago doing the wobble. That's why we did the wobble at the beginning of the show.
Right.
And so Tasha offers to do Alexis's hair, and it looks like damn it to hell.
Bad.
Like,
horrible.
Who shot John?
Right. Which I do want to speak on that situation there. A lot of people, they want to fit in so bad, they put on this front. Like, obviously, she did not like her hair, but she was so afraid to speak up about it. I guess she didn't want to hurt her feelings, and in return, she won't be accepted. I don't know what the case is, but if a person truly rocks with you 100%, whether you agree with what they do or not, just let them know. Don't be scared. Yeah,
But when that comes up a lot is when you're meeting like your significant other's family before you marry in,
and you want them to like you.
You want
so
them to
much.
like you.
Yeah.
My whole thing is, Alexis, you got 3 kids by this man now.
It's too late now.
They ain't going nowhere.
You're there. Yeah.
You ain't gotta wear nothing you don't want to wear. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Look, I done showed up at a Bay's house, and his mom and his sisters were there, and like, hey girl, you want to wear this dashiki? Sure.
Dashiki.
Sure.
I did not expect that.
Why
That's
not?
like me going to someone's house and be like, hey, shuck and jive over there. I'd be like, huh, what?
Wait, what? Yeah, so you gotta do certain things to fit in, but at that point I don't really get it. So again, I like to judge things. Tasha's hair was hideous.
Bad.
Just super bad. Now let's compare. I thought it looked like a bag of Skittles.
I'm saying lasagna after it comes out the stove. Some burnt lasagna.
I was thinking like those Lego sets? It looked like the neon Lego sets. Like somebody's put some Legos on her head.
I'm thinking a flamingo. That's the only thing that's coming to my mind
Regardless,
right now.
Nia Long, you are a seasoned actress. Don't ever
Right.
let them put that on your head again in any scene.
Speak your mind, girl.
That's going to be a meme for the rest of the year.
Yeah, that definitely
I
would
feel
be.
like that scene of her hair is going to turn into a meme.
That's that. And the meme would said, when you promise to let your cousin do your hair. Done.
Done.
Boom. That's
Boom.
it.
Another AfterBuzz exclusive.
You see the kid. I'm working over here, man.
Come on, now.
Copyright. One thing I did want to mention was, which I did mention on my last AfterBuzz show that I did cover. I don't know who the writer is, but I know I don't want to say this to sound whatever.
No, speak your mind.
I'll just say it. I know he's black. Reason why they use words on fleek, world star. The hood is good. I know white people are not saying that.
And they also said bougie, which is my
Bougie,
favorite
exactly.
of
So
all, because that is me.
Whoever the writer is, you are not bougie.
I'm
I
pretty,
don't see that.
I'm pretty bougie.
Nah. What?
You haven't hung out with me like away from here.
Okay.
I go for a
okay.
good bagel and lox.
A bagel. Starbucks at 10.
I love my pumpkin bread.
Latte, please. Nah, but yeah, shout out to the writers for keeping it diverse with the language.
Yes, absolutely. So now we towards the end of the episode, we finally see everybody kind of get comfortable in the South Side of Chicago, and everybody's starting to take on a little bit of identity. So
Yeah.
we see Will turn into, a real man.
About time.
We see Alexis learn to just speak her
up.
mind.
Yep. All thanks to Maisie. Because Maisie was like, somebody had to say it. And I'm like, yes, thank you. The kid knows better.
That's because kids will say anything.
That's right.
Let me tell you something. Don't tell a kid anything.
Because they will
'Cause
go
the secret
ahead
will be out.
and spill the beans.
Yes. Kids can't keep nothing. Kids can't hold water. Okay? Can't hold water.
They can't hold pee. So, hey,
Exactly.
makes sense.
Exactly. So Will becomes a man. Alexis learns to speak her mind. And we see Tia, ingratiate herself with the local hustlers, Hash Brown, and I can't think of the other young man's name. It might have been Fried Eggs. I don't know.
We'll just call them breakfast, okay? We'll call them breakfast, okay?
So Tia's on the stupid breakfast. Oh, stop. Okay.
Right, okay.
Tia's on the stupid breakfast learning how to play spades. And Tia just wants to she wants to just become a part of the community. You know what I mean? Like, and Buck comes over there trying to protect her, and she's like, ease up. I'm cool.
Let me do me.
Yeah. Like, she got cool points.
I can understand coming from Uncle Buck's perspective. He's grown up there.
'Cause he knows
he knows
breakfast.
the potential of what could go down. But also, when you flip it though, shout out to Brain Freeze. What's her name?
Who? Alexis?
Yeah, no.
Tia?
Yes. Shout out to Tia because she wasn't afraid to explore and learn about the different things. Because a lot of people, they'd be, no, I'm scared. I don't know them, all that stuff.
Miles.
We didn't see too much besides him helping his dad step up.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really say what Miles's like crescendo moment was in that episode, but
Right.
he was Big Sean in the last episode, so I don't know
Right,
how you
exactly,
top
that's
that. You
what's
know what I
up.
mean? And Maisie, she's just a kid,
Yeah,
just a kid,
Of course,
just a kid. So we see that Popcorn gives up this bike with the custom tassels.
About time.
About time. Alexis,
Give me my bike
confesses
back.
about her hair, and Tia has all the footage that she needs for this big time documentary, which ends up being awesome.
That's right. It was actually interesting that it showed them. They went back to Chicago and they put it on display for the whole neighborhood to see, and the Breakfast Club there was like, "Hey, I'm on TV. Follow me on Instagram." That's what
that was
everybody
cute.
does too. So that's kind of relevance to.
It means a lot for people in inner cities and things like that. Like they need to see themselves shown in a positive light with a
Yeah.
positive spin, with a good story. It makes them feel appreciated. It makes them
does,
feel like they have
yeah.
a voice. I mean, I know this is all fictional, somewhat fictional, but I just thought that was really cool. It made them feel validated. Because a lot of people in the south side of Chicago feel like nobody cares about us out here. You know, when you get famous, you leave. Not so much. The final scene, which was my oh hell no Buck for this scene, is Buck getting in a fight with Miss Delk, who had the famous cookies, and her friend. And Buck was trying to pull Mrs. Delk's wig off.
Oh, hell no, Buck.
You know better than that.
Come on,
You know better than
man.
that.
My oh hell no moment was the guy stealing the couch out of the house. Uncle Buck did the right thing. He said, "I'm gonna help you. Just make sure you're not stealing it." And he said, "Oh, don't what do you say? Don't offend me or something." So then he decided to actually help. Overall, he was actually stealing the couch. So that just shows how people can play with you. So just watch who you come in contact with.
Don't help everybody move.
Don't help everybody. But I did want to ask you, though, and our viewers, make sure you comment along to, at the end of this, which how we started our show was Wobble, 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 Wobble. Of course, you know, you find that song at every wedding, every cookout, every graduation, whatever the case is. So I've got a list here, and I want to know which one is your favorite as well as the viewers at home. All right?
Okay,
So
I like that.
We got the Cha-Cha Slide,
Ooh, that's a good one.
Electric Slide.
Ooh, classic.
I wasn't about to add this, but now it's like Crank That Soldier Boy.
That's because you like that song.
It's because, you know,
That's your nickname.
I come from that generation, and I can see down the line once that song comes on at a wedding, everybody gonna be.
In case you didn't catch
Get
the
up.
first episode.
So, which one is your top three? No.
And
Which one is your number one option here?
Is the wobble on there?
The wobble is still on
Okay.
there, yeah. So it's the Cha-Cha, Crank That Soldier Boy, Wobble Wobble, and Electric Slide.
So I'm going to go down the list because some of them I can't do. So the electric slide is my number one. It is a classic. I am a professional at the electric slide. You know when you bring it back and then you slap the floor? That's why it's my number one. My number two is the cha-cha slide.
Okay, slide to the left,
Right?
slide to the right.
My number three is the wobble, but here's the confession. I can't actually do the wobble. So when I go to weddings, I just like move around like this.
I make it look
Get
good.
it? You know what I'm
I make it
saying?
look good.
You know what I'm
Wobble,
saying?
wobble.
Shout out to Will Smith.
Hey.
So that's my number three, but I can't actually do it. And then the Crank That Soldier Boy, I can do it. It's not my wedding classic yet.
Okay, I got you.
But I see what you're saying. I think it might make it down the road in like 2020.
I can literally see it, and then probably be at my wedding as well too. And I forgot the Cotton Eye Joe. I don't know if you was down with that, but back in Boston, they yes. When at the Joe, I ain't wearing no. Okay. She just shut me out here cold.
Again, I'm from Seattle,
From Seattle.
but I live in LA. I don't know nothing about no cotton.
Cotton Eye Joe.
Okay.
All right.
So what are your favorites?
Please comment below. My favorite, I'm gonna go with the Cha-Cha Slide. That's always a good one.
Okay.
That's always a good one. And then I will actually move on to the Electric Slide.
Okay.
Then I'll add in the Crank That Soldier Boy.
Of course.
And then Wobble Wobble with a special guest appearance of the Cupid Shuffle, which just came to my mind.
Oh yeah, the Cupid Shuffle. Honey,
Cupid Shuffle. That's another one too. There.
that
yeah.
ties for first with me.
Yeah, I remember. All right, so I remember when Cupid Shuffle first dropped. I went to New Orleans and it was rocking over there. And I was like, I don't know, 14, 15, and everybody was doing it. And it had just came to the north because everything is like a month or two late back then. But now everything's fast. But yeah,
Internet.
right. So make sure you comment below what is your favorite, and we would love to know.
Yes, and so shout out to everybody in Southside Chicago doing the wobble in this episode. So that's the season finale. So Jimmy, just raw emotion. Do we think this is gonna get a second season? You know, what are your highs? What are your lows? And what do you hope for Uncle Buck?
Okay.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Thank you so much,
would-
Voice God.
Here's the thing. I've got a feeling they tried to go about it like they do with Blackish, which is one of my favorite shows on ABC as well. And I didn't get that same vibe, but they're trying to give a message that I'm all about messages, of course, watching, learning something. So I do like that idea that they did. Will we see a season 2? I don't think so. I'm a huge fan of Mike Epps.
Yeah, shout out to Mike.
45, 47. And I would love to see him continue on. I just don't see it happening.
Okay. So let's see. Highs and lows. First of all, I love to see shows of color get an opportunity in prime time.
Yes.
Okay, so we do need more of them. However, and first of all, I love Nia Long. I've been a Nia Long fan for a long time.
Don't get me started.
I never thought I'd see Nia Long do primetime TV. I mean, she's a movie actress. And a lot of times they say, once you've done the big screen, you don't want to do the small screen. What is the silver screen or whatever? You don't go back. But I think she adjusted well. But what I will say is, to your point about Blackish, they tried the formula, 3 kids, 2 parents.
That's right,
The cute little kid formula. Sometimes you got to be a little bit different. And because they tried to run that Blackish formula, I kept thinking, well, why is this not as funny as Blackish? Why isn't the writing as good as Blackish? I don't know. And it started becoming predictable for me. It's like, okay, we know we're going to open up with a problem.
Yeah.
And it's going to be directed back at Buck.
That's
and
it.
they got to fix the problem. And at the end, we get a message. And after 2 or 3 episodes, I'm kind of like, okay, girl, so what else is on?
Thank you. Yeah.
And not to be critical. I thought it was funny. There were definitely really funny lines. Tons of one-liners.
Oh, tons, yeah.
Tons of I have a list of one-liners I didn't even get to tonight. Like, tons of one-liners. But overall, the formula of it, I would hope if they do get a second season, they kind of shake it up.
Yeah. And then if they do get a second season, I'll be hunting down Nia Long to be a special guest here. So, yeah.
And that is the truth, Ruth. Nia Long, Mike Epps, if you guys get a second season, we want you guys in here. We want to talk about the show. We want to talk about all the development here at AfterBuzz TV.
That's right.
But I just want to say, Jimmy V, it has been an absolute pleasure.
It's been real. It's our first panel together. I'm sure we will do more.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's been fun.
One of the finest to come out of Boston.
Woo! Don't forget, one of the smoothest to come out of Seattle.
And you know what? We've been rocking it all season long here at AfterBuzz TV. If you guys have been rocking with us all season, thank you so much. If it's your first episode, thank you so much. Make sure to tune in to other AfterBuzz TV specials. We got tons.
Yes, which I will be on the Rap Game and Survivor's Remorse starting this month. So make sure you tune in to catch me on those panels as well.
And me promoting Braxton Family Values. We do that every Thursday. And
there you go.
Sports Weekly on Black Hollywood Live. So this has been Uncle Buck. It's been real here at AfterBuzz TV. If you want to follow me during the off season, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at McCall Hall when sports and pop culture collide. Where can they find you?
And of course, it's your boy Jimmy V. I can be found on all social medias at Be Your Own Dad. I have a blog that I keep daily, BeYourOwnDad.blogspot.com. Stay motivated, stay up to date with all the entertainment, and of course me.
Absolutely. And you know where you can find all the information about AfterBuzz TV at AfterBuzz TV across the board on social media. Make sure to subscribe, leave comments, and leave 5 stars, and we'll never leave you hanging. More shows, and we'll see you next season.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.